What's up, Attack MMA? I'm your host, Zach Weicker, and today we got a very special guest. He's a professional fighter with a 5-0 record on making his UFC debut on UFC Fight Night on August 12th. Please welcome Isaac Dulgarian. Isaac, how you doing, my friend?
I'm doing great, brother. How about yourself?
I'm doing good, man. And now this will be your UFC debut. So a lot of people might not know you, might not know your background. So tell the people, how and when did you originally get into the sport?
So I got into MMA probably about 3.5 years ago, full time. I've been doing a little bit here and there since I was about 12. I grew up wrestling my whole life, and my cousin LC Davis, he was a WEC vet, and I grew up watching him compete. And then once I got old enough, I kind of started coming in the gym every once in a while. Didn't really do anything major, but yeah, about 3.5 years full time now.
Definitely, man. And I saw you got the nickname the Midwest Choppa. So how did that all come about?
Yeah, so I got that name from my buddy Kobe Fair. He trains out at Extreme
Yeah.
Couture in Vegas, and he was my college roommate back in the day. And we wrestled on the same team together in college and stuff. And then once I started fighting, he kind of gave it to me because it imitated my style. Just lots of elbows, lots of chopping. I've been cutting all my opponents open and causing a lot of damage. So it kind of just stuck like that. Everyone liked it, and yeah.
Yeah, you mentioned that you throw the elbows, you chop people up, but again, a lot of people might not know you. So, how else would you describe yourself and your fighting style?
My fighting style, I mean, obviously I have a wrestler base, but I have very good striking. Really, that's a big thing we've been focusing on this camp is just like range control and just dealing with certain things that my opponent brings. But I haven't really got the opportunity to show a lot of my striking in my fights yet. So I think that this is going to be a good one to kind of showcase my skill.
Definitely, man. And now this will be your UFC debut. So, how excited are you to make the walk and make your debut for the UFC?
Bro, I'm super excited. It's been a long time coming. Um, I haven't fought in about a year and a half now. Just been waiting around. So I'm super excited. I've been training, like I said, since I was about 8 years old. So it's just, I feel like it's my time. It's my time in the sport.
Definitely, man. And your opponent will be Francis Marshall. So, what do you like about him? What do you like about his fighting style and his strengths?
So his fighting style is kind of like mine. He's big grappler. Take him down, ground and pound, look for the rear naked choke. Um, Striking wise, he's got a good right hand on him. I just feel like I'm more dynamic. I have more tools that I could use in the stand up, and I feel like my wrestling technique, my grappling technique, is a little bit cleaner than his. So I think that's where we'll see my advantages.
Definitely, man. And with that in said and in that in the mind frame, stylistically, how do you see his fight playing out?
I would love to get another first round finish. It's that would make it 10 first round finishes as a pro and Emmy fight. And yeah, man, I think that's possible. I think I'm able to do it. But Francis is a tough guy. He's durable, and it's going to be hard to get that finish. So I'm gonna have to take it from him if I want it. So it's either going to be that or it's going to be a 3-round war.
Yeah, for sure, man. And you haven't really been in a 3-round war. So, what about from your time in the gym that makes you confident that you're able to go all 3 rounds?
Man, I train with some of the best fighters in the world. I'm out here at Factory X in Denver. There's everyone out here is good. It's probably one of the most technical teams in the country, striking wise. So I feel very good about my chances in this fight.
Definitely, man. And this fight will be taking place in the Apex. So, what's your whole opinion on the Apex in that small environment?
I'd rather be in an arena. When I first got the call, I was told it was going to be in Boston, so I was super excited. But they moved it to the Apex, which is fine for me. It's just going to be a little different environment, where I was fighting on the regional scene. It's one of the bigger regional promotions in the country, FAC. There's a big crowd there. I've already fought in front of like 7,000 people at my last fight. So it's going to be different. But like I said, we get the rounds in the cage out here at Factory X. We get 3 rounds in, 4 rounds in, 5 rounds in. It don't matter.
Yeah. And now the Apex might not be the most exciting thing, but being in Vegas and being able to go to PI, does those stuff excite you a little bit?
I mean, yeah, it's cool. The PI has everything a fighter could ever want. I mean, from the recovery to the training, just to the space. It's beautiful out there. Um, But I feel like a lot of the fighters that live out there and are always at the PI, I think they're spoon fed a little bit. They have everything that they need. It's a little more rugged lifestyle out here, so I think that'll play to my advantage um, as well.
Yeah. And now you mentioned that this fight was supposed to be in Boston, or you thought it was going to be Boston, but is there any other locations that would excite you to fight at in your time with the UFC?
Oh man, yeah, I'd like to travel. I want to travel the world a little bit. I think fighting in Mexico City would be pretty badass. To be honest, I know that's a high elevation, but I think that one would be cool. Or even like Australia, just somewhere out of the country, far away.
Yeah, definitely, man. And you did mention that you made the move to Factory X, and there's a lot of options where you could have made the move. So, what made Factory X stand out to you?
So Factory X is closest to my home in Kansas City, and two, Mark Montoya is a very good head coach. He's the leader of the team, and their style kind of blends with mine. Obviously, my old coach, he used to train out here at Factory, so I fit right in. It's not really anything new training wise.
Yeah, for sure, man. And a lot of times when you go to a new place, it's kind of hard to get set in. So, how fast were you able to set in with the gym?
Oh man, I fit in great there. I love the people there. That my teammates are awesome. And just having Mark as a leader, he sees where I'm good, where I'm weak at, and we just address those things and uh, work on them throughout the week. And then the next week, it's on to something else, and we just keep building, keep growing, and that's the biggest thing you can do in this sport.
That's great to hear, man. And of course, you had your training camp there. So, how's your training camp been for this fight?
Man, it's been great. I've been out here about 10 to 12 weeks ish. Um, been getting good training with all the good guys out here. And then on the weekends, we've been out in the mountains, going on little backpacking trips and stuff like that. So I got my high altitude cardio in, and yeah, man, we're just ready to go.
Definitely awesome. And it has been a while since we last saw you, as it was February of 2022. So, what caused you to be on the shelf for so long?
A lot of things. One being I was waiting on my Nelk Boys contract to play out. That didn't happen, and then right after that, basically, they shut my gym down. I'm sure if you read MMA
Yeah.
news, you heard about that. So yeah, I've had a lot of setbacks, a lot of things that I had to change up in my life. I had to buy an RV, to get out here in Denver. It's a lot more expensive to live out here than in Kansas City. So we just had to make a lot of changes in my life, and it was hard, but we're back on track. We've been out here for a while, so everything's going smooth.
Yeah. And before that, you were pretty active, having 5 fights in the span of 12 months. So,
Yeah.
not being able to fight, is that something that was a cause of frustration for you, or how's that time off like for you?
Yeah, it's been a little frustrating. I mean, I didn't want to wait that long. I mean, obviously, I got hurt for my first scheduling of my UFC debut, so I had to wait another like 6 months or so. So it's been frustrating, but I've also grown a lot as a fighter in all aspects, striking, grappling, everything. I just grown a lot. I was young in the sport already, so just having that extra time definitely, I think, will help me a lot.
Yeah, for sure, man. And you mentioned that you had to buy an RV. So, how's that whole RV life for you?
Man, it's great. Honestly, we can travel wherever we want. I have everything that a normal house would have, and it just takes a little bit of maintenance and a little bit of stuff like that. You got to know how to fix stuff, but it's great, man. I got a nice size one, so it's comfortable. It's not like super crammed or anything, and it has all my belongings in it. So everything I own, I have right there, and it's nice.
Yeah, and you mentioned that you like to travel wherever you want. I know you like to hike. So, where are some of the top destinations or places you like to travel with the RV?
Uh, well, I think after this fight, hopefully, if I get a bonus, we're gonna go out to Lake Powell in Arizona. Maybe take the jet ski out there and do a little backpacking or pack rafting and ride the jet ski a little bit. I haven't got to
Awesome.
ride all. I haven't got to get out on the water all summer because I've been training for this fight, so it's something I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, should be a great reward after this fight. And now to go back to your last fight at FAC 12, looking for a fight. That is where you earned your UFC contract in front of Dana White. So, what was that whole experience for you to win your UFC contract in front of Dana? And what are your interactions like with the boss?
Man, it was honestly a crazy experience. They had all the production and everything there. Tons of fans showed up for that one. And man, just to be able to put on a performance like I did, I think that impressed Dana a lot, and that's why I'm in the position I am. Man, it was just crazy. The craziest part was everyone was looking for a crazy finish that night. So I had one of my teammates, Gage Young. He came out. I think he opened the card with just a nasty knockout. It was nasty. And then right before my fight, Eduardo Dantas, he had a crazy highlight reel head kick knockout. So, damn, that was a grasshopper. He had a crazy head kick knockout. And so when I was backstage, I just knew I had to do something special. And I told myself that multiple times. And when I walked out of that curtain and stepped in that cage, I kind of just made it happen. It all came together.
Yeah. And obviously that was the biggest fight of your career. So was there any extra pressure that you felt? And if so, how are you able to handle the pressure?
I mean, a little bit. I wouldn't really say like pressure. Wait, where'd you go? I wouldn't really say like pressure as in like I'm nervous or worried. It was just like the unknown of fighting. Like I don't want to lose, it's like that, but that comes with the territory of the sport. So, man, yeah, I wasn't super nervous or worried. I've been competing since I was 8 on all the biggest stages in wrestling, so it wasn't really anything new to me.
Gotcha. And you mentioned earlier about the full send fighter, as you were supposed to win that, you're supposed to get that contract. So what's your side of the story of why that contract never came through?
Man, I can't say a lot, but basically that night I got a contract that didn't have like real terms in it. They're talking about sponsorship, and afterwards they wanted to do like a management deal. But also at the same time, they're trying to get in contact with my manager, Jason House. And man, they scheduled a few Zoom meetings and had to cancel. I don't know why they had to cancel, but they did. And it just never came around. Jason never got the call. And so we tried to get a hold of him multiple times. Just didn't happen. And then I found out they gave the contract to Mike Mallet instead. So that's just kind of what happened. I never got to choose whether I wanted a management deal or a sponsorship. Like I said, in the buildup, it was all sponsorship. Dana told me that I was sponsored by Nelk and this, that, and the other. But it didn't play out. I don't know all the reasons why. I just know that I never got the opportunity to say if I wanted to take it or not.
Yeah. And obviously that contract would have been huge for you, would have boosted you in a whole different atmosphere. So how hard was that for you that the contract never came through?
I mean, I thought I changed my life, so it was hard. Now I'm starting at the bottom of a prelim card, getting paid first fight, but I'm hoping I can get a good bonus and, change my life again that way. There's going to be setbacks in the sport. It happens to everyone. This one just so happened to be mine. The hardest part was just telling my family and my grandpa like it didn't happen. That's the hardest part because they were super excited for me. And I took that opportunity when I was in a place that I didn't really want to, but I couldn't let the opportunity slip out of my hands. So I made it happen. I showed up, did my job to the best of my ability, and at least I got a UFC contract out of it.
Yeah, definitely, man. And going into it, were you familiar with the Nelk Boys? And if so, what are your opinions on them?
Yeah, I've seen their videos stuff. I mean, I think they're good guys. I just don't know why my contract didn't come together. That's all. I don't really know them personally. I only met them that night I fought for a short period of time. They wanted to go out and do all this stuff after, but like after my fights, I'm tired. I don't really want to go party and stuff like that. It's a lot of emotions. Hornet. But it's a lot of emotions, but it is what it is, man.
Yeah, man. And do you think with impressive performance at this fight or maybe in the future that the Nelk Boys could offer you another contract?
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for, man. I just hope I can perform, like I said, to the best of my ability, do my thing, and I think that I should be undenied at least some type of opportunity from somebody. There's somebody out there that'll give that to me. So if it's not them, somebody else will.
Definitely, man. And to go into a little different topic, I know you and your girlfriend are both MMA fighters. So how's it like for you to be on the same journey with your spouse?
Man, it's really good. She helps me out a lot with everything going on in my camp right now. The biggest thing is she understands what I do, and like when I come back tired and exhausted, like she knows how hard I've been working and stuff like that. I feel like if you're with someone that doesn't actually understand what you're doing, and you play this game that we play, it can definitely be hard. So that's the biggest thing.
Yeah, and she's an up and coming prospect. So how's it like to see her grow into her own career?
Man, she's got all the potential in the world, you know. Super strong, super good at grappling, good striker. You know, she's good all around. She could be a UFC fighter. She could beat most of those girls. You know, it's just keeping her healthy and you know, just having her time as well. She just had a big fight a while ago. She won 50K, so that was a blessing for her. And you know, she'll try to get back on track eventually.
Definitely, man. And my final question for you is, do you have any message to any of your fans that haven't seen you in a while, or any new fans that'll be watching this fight, or any words that you would like to give them?
Yeah, tune in August 12th. You know, it's going to be fireworks. It's going to be a crazy fight. One way or another, win or lose, you're going to see action. You're going to see violence. And I think it's going to be a good show. So get your popcorn ready.
Definitely, man. And is there anything you want to plug? Any social medias, any sponsors?
Yeah. My social media, just follow me on Instagram. It's Isaac_Dulgarian. That's really all I use. I'm not big into Twitter and stuff, but I would love to give a shout out to my sponsors. I got one back home in Missouri. It's called Vertical Missouri, and they're one of the top cannabis companies in the world. They grow some of the best products. They're the best people in the world, and they've helped me a ton, like so much throughout this camp. And then my other one, the Burn Factory podcast. I'm looking forward to meeting these guys. I just got sponsored with them when I started my training camp, and they've been nothing but good to me. They're always messaging me, asking me how I'm doing. I'm told that they're awesome family, and I can't wait to meet them. So shout out to both of those sponsors, and I'll see you guys at the fights.
That's great to hear, man. Isaac, I want to thank you for coming on. I wish you the best luck in your fight. Folks, that'll be all for today. Until next time.